I've got 3 different types of inhaler. They're different colors, different shapes, sizes, mechanisms. But what do they all do? So they are used for wheezing, and that means they're usually used for asthma and COPD. There are lots of other conditions which can cause a wheeze, but asthma and COPD and a viral induced wheeze are 2 of the most common reasons that we would use them. So the blue inhaler is a reliever inhaler. That means you use it when you have the wheeze, you use it when you're in an exacerbation of asthma or COPD, and it acts immediately to try and relax the airways and help you breathe in and out a bit more easily. The second one is your preventer inhaler. This is a steroid inhaler, and the aim of it is to use it regularly. That usually means twice a day, long term. If you have well-controlled asthma, you shouldn't really need to use your blue inhaler, and you should definitely not be using your blue inhaler more than 3 times a week. If you're using it more than 3 times a week, that means your asthma maintenance and prevention is not up to scratch. You need to go and see your doctor and get your medication sorted out. So this inhaler helps reduce the inflammation in your lungs and protect you from having flares and prevent you from having flares of asthma or COPD. When you start using a preventer steroid inhaler, it can take 1 to 2 weeks to start seeing an effect, but it usually takes 2 to 3 months before you see a full effect of it, and that's a regular long-term use. Finally, we have a third type of inhaler. These can be random colors. I've seen them in orange, I've seen them in pink, red. They usually contain a long-acting version of the blue inhaler, and they contain a steroid inhaler. So then this is a combination inhaler which can be used for both your prevention and for your relief. Now, like in my local area, the current guidance is to try and get people off their blue and brown inhalers and get them onto this because it's meant to give you better prevention. But of course, some people are going to be so set on their blue and brown inhalers and have really well-controlled asthma that we may not necessarily switch them over to something like this. The other thing to note is that all 3 inhalers have got different mechanisms, different ways to use them, different ways to improve the efficacy of them. So if you want to see a video on that, let me know in the comments and share this with someone who uses inhalers or who has COPD or asthma.